everyone. So today I thought we could take a look at another interesting yet kind of obscure prop from Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home. So this is the little device that Dr. McCoy places on Chekov's forehead to heal his artery. So it's one of my favorite scenes in the movie where Captain Kirk and the cetacean biologist, Jillian, I think was her name, and Dr. McCoy, they have to sneak into the hospital to go save Chekov because McCoy doesn't want 20th century doctors working on Chekov, and so he had a serious injury to his head, and he had to have an artery that had to be repaired. And so rather than drilling holes in his head, which is how we do it here in the 21st century or 20th century then, he has this wonderful device that he just places on the head of Chekov, and it miraculously heals the artery. So this thing is a beautiful, beautiful replica. I had this commission built by a gentleman that actually made props for the movie, and he also made models, worked on the models for the movies. And so he was kind enough to commission build this for me. So you can see all this wonderful detail on it, like the little things going on up here. I think he actually printed that out. And same with these little bits here. That was something that he printed out as well. There's an LED light right there. These are all the interesting details on the top. You can see what all's going on up here. It's really pretty intricate looking. This side is the mirror image of the other side. And then here you can kind of see the sides going on here. And then on the bottom, he even put the curved bit right here so it fits onto the head more, comfortably when it goes on there. He actually replicated that as well. I don't know how he made this middle piece. I'm guessing it's something he either molded, or I don't know if 3D printing was around when he made this for me. I've had this for quite a few years now. This is the back. Here, let me flip it over. That's what the back of it looks like. So yeah, this is an exact replica to the one we see in the movie. So let's take a look at a quick little screen grab from the movie. Alright, now from this still from the movie, we can see that Dr. McCoy has just placed the device on Chekov's head. Now if I zoom in on this real quick, and let me see if I can focus on it, you'll notice that the top part is flush or flat, but in the next scene it's tipped up just a little bit, and I'll show you what I mean. Alright, and then in the next close-up here, we see that that part on the top is now angled upward just a little bit. That part right there, this part right here, now it's angled, which means it's on a slight little hinge, but you can see the device itself and all the little details. Let me see if I can zoom in. Hopefully it'll stay focused. But there's those little details on the side there. And then what's interesting also is right here, let me see if I can point right there, you can see on the hinge that they didn't paint it all the way, and you can actually see it's like a orange or brown or yellowish color underneath there. So the prop guys actually didn't paint it all the way, so you can actually see the original color to the whatever it was that they used for that. And you can actually see some paint scratching on some of it. And then there's the upper section, and I will talk about what they used to make this prop. It was very typical prop making, but yeah, so that is that's the device. This has always been one of my favorite props from all the movies. I don't know why I love this prop so much. I just think it's really cool, and it's only on screen for just a short time, but it's still really cool nevertheless. I forgot to mention that in this scene, when Captain Kirk leads the doctor and the nurses into that closet, or that other room, one of those ladies right there is actually Walter Koenig's real-life wife. Walter Koenig, who plays Chekov. So one of those ladies is his real-life wife, which I thought was pretty cool that they let her have a quick little cameo in this. Then there's an interesting blooper that occurs. So after he's locked them in that room, you'll notice that Kirk has the Klingon phaser in his left hand. But in the close-up, all of a sudden it's now in his right hand, so I thought that was pretty funny. That was probably an insert shot, and that's probably not even William Shatner's hand. It was probably somebody else's, and they just added it in later. But anyway, I thought that was kind of a funny little blooper. So now, looking back at this piece now, you can appreciate all the detail that went into this and how absolutely exact this is. So the reason it is so exact is because the gentleman that made this for me, I don't want to say his name. As I mentioned previously in another video, he is retired from doing this kind of stuff. He had some health issues, so he doesn't do this kind of stuff anymore. But anyway, he and I were talking about what they used to make this prop. So I was pretty aware of some of the things that they had used. For instance, these battery boxes on the side here and this hinged section, it actually came from a 1980s, it was like a headlamp light. Kind of like those little lights that we wear when we go, maybe investigating a cave or something, or you see those people on YouTube doing those abandoned sites and they have the little light on their head. Well, that's what they used for this part of it. So that was the battery boxes, and he found the exact same battery boxes that they used for the original prop. And he may have, I don't know, the way this is shaped, it's possible he found the actual piece, because I mean this even looks exactly the same. And then, as I mentioned previously, in the far shot this thing is down, and then in the next scene it's kind of up. So this actually has a pivot to it, just like the original prop does, and you can actually see the wires down inside there. And then this piece will probably surprise you what they made this piece out of, and it's pretty hilarious. So let me show you what that was made from. So believe it or not, that top piece is actually a piece from this model of a Klingon ship. This model came out in, it had to have been the 80s. I can't remember what year that movie came out. But yeah, it's just a single piece from this model, or from this kit. Oh, I guess there's no pictures, but what it actually was is the top part right here. This little section right here is what they used to make that. So if you look at it from the front again here, it's this part right here. And it's without this side piece here and this side piece here. But it's this part. That's what they did. They just glued on that piece of the Klingon ship, and then that part that kind of hangs over is this piece right here before you glue the these little vent-like things on there. So yeah, that's that's what they used to make that part, and I thought it was pretty hilarious. So that is typical prop making, which you take a found item and combine it with something else, and you turn it into something that you've never seen before. And that's why I love the prop people, that they're just geniuses, how they can cobble together all this crazy stuff and make stuff look so cool. So that is a piece of a Klingon model kit. So now this one actually does light up, and the lights are really, really bright in this. So it's probably going to wash out the camera, so I'm going to try to be careful about the way I angle this. But you can already see it's got the lights on the front, it's got the lights on the top, and you can see the blinking red ones here, just like the real prop did. And so I was really, really happy that he was able to add the light function. But I do wish the lights were dimmer, because see how bright that is? I mean, that is really bright. And same with these. Those are really bright as well. They're almost like spotlights. But yeah, this will actually fit very comfortably on your head. And I've tried getting rid of a couple of headaches with it, but unfortunately it didn't work. So anyway, all right. But yeah, this is a pretty cool prop. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed learning about what it was made of, and it's definitely one of my favorite Star Trek props, just because of how unusual it was. I remember when I first saw that movie in the theater, and I saw Dr. McCoy put this thing on Chekov's head, and I thought, ooh, that thing is so cool. I wish I had one of those, and little did I know, 30-some years later, I would actually be able to get one. And as far as I know, this is the only one that he made, so I'm very, very blessed to have this piece. So yeah, that's the Artery repair prop from Star Trek 4. So I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks again, and take care.